Brodes Media.
Scott Lauber of the Philadelphia Inquirer had a doozy dropped Monday morning. And most fans in this city, and even some publications, are running with the very positive quote that he takes pride in being an owner and there's an obligation to have results and to have a winning culture with the team. The fan base deserves it, and that's phenomenal. I'm very proud that John Middleton is our owner and he has that mentality. But don't lose sight of what's really going on here, because he called out, in my opinion, Rob Thompson. He called out some of the players as well. And I'm actually stunned that this isn't top of the nation's big storylines. This should be breaking news where everyone in the planet, on planet Earth, gets a live look in. Did you see what the hell John Middleton said about his team? The fact we didn't get that is nuts. A few thoughts now that we are on a Monday night. There's no game. We're waiting for them to play the Braves. What happened with Rob was managerial malpractice. It's unacceptable. It really, 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 really is unacceptable. You can't have that happen. I don't want to hear for a second that the division lead is so wide, and because Austin Riley is now banged up and the Braves are dealing with injuries out the ass, that you have the luxury of punting games. No, you don't. No, you don't. I want to buy. I'm not trying to play in no wild card series, and shut your mouth now. Shut your damn mouth, because I know there's a good portion of you saying you don't want to buy. Dumb, stupid ass take. I'm not even going to mess with you for a second, because there's something loose upstairs. If I could get an automatic out and not have to pitch some of my starters, and I can eliminate a 3-game series where anything can happen, and we can advance past that for free, I'm doing it. Wins matter. Rob needed to put one of his top guys in that position instead of Cal Stevenson or Garrett Stubbs. There's only one way where I think this is okay. And that is if Bryce Harper told Rob, listen, even if it's close, I'm a no-go. Do I really feel the competitive nature of Bryce Harper is going to do that? Probably not. I'd have to imagine this is the Phillies organization somewhat trying to keep him as fresh as possible. So I better see the results, because now that it happened, I can't change the fact that it did. Unfortunately, I wish I could. So what am I going to do to hold them accountable? Bryce Harper and JT better have a 3-hit night each on Tuesday night. Isn't that fair? 3. If it's 2, okay, fine. I'll live with it. All jokes aside here, though, if you wanted to keep them fresh and you decided a loss against the Nationals was worth it, then I better see the payoff. So a lot of games coming up. You're on the road. You're facing a big rival. You're going to Kansas City right after that. Fine. And what we can't do is use Monday's off day as a reason why it made no sense, because that's the reason why they did it. They did it because Monday was an off day. So to get Bryce off his feet for 2 straight games, or days, in the middle of the season by only missing 1 game, they're going to try and maximize that. Which, as long as I start seeing sensational baseball because of it, that's what will satisfy me. Okay, I think this would be a good time to talk about this article from Scott Lauber. Here's a few quotes that I think are really important. This is John Middleton speaking. I can't recall a Phillies team that was as good as our team was through July 11th, struggling the way this team has struggled beginning July 12th. The first week was bad, but that happens. The second week was worse, but that happens. By the time it got to the third and fourth week, it was like, okay, stop. This is your owner now. Your owner is realizing that slumps occur, just like a lot of us alluded to throughout the bad times when it first started to kick off. Losing right before the All-Star break against Oakland, even a series against Cleveland. Sometimes things don't go your way, and you acknowledge that. But after a whole month, get your head out of your ass. And the owner was not happy. Here's Middleton's take on the Phillies' 8-18 spell. This is the most eye-opening part of it all. Quote, it's a significant issue. I don't think you can just sit there and say, oh, well, this has happened, and therefore we'll turn it around. I don't think you can be that passive, he continued. I think you have to be pushing people to rethink what they've been doing. That's coaches and that's players. Everybody has to step back and say, what are we doing wrong? Why is a team that was winning at a 700 win percent clip for 3.5 months now playing at a 325% clip for the last 5 weeks? What is Rob Thomson's motto? I'll tell you for free. This is the way I take charge. Craig, you're our guy. I will go to you. Jose Alvarado, we used you as a lefty leverage, sort of a Swiss Army knife type of guy. This is dating back to 2022 when they played the Astros. This is what I do. I don't care that Zach Wheeler is coasting and he's pitching a gem. It's time to look for your Don Alvarez, Jose Alvarado, and let it ride. It backfired. Rob is always sticking to his guns no matter what. And there is a part of me that appreciates that. Sometimes, though, I need urgency. I need you to think on your toes. You have to adjust on the fly. It's never just going to be perfect for you, and you just run the standard. Sometimes you might have to make an adjustment. You might have to get a little uncomfortable to get a result that you're looking for. And the fact that he uses the word passive, that's Rob. That is Rob. That's how I would define Rob. He is a passive manager. And when they're 8-18 through, what would that be, 26 games, not a big math guy, and your owner's throwing terms out like that, you have to rethink what you've been doing? Dude, it makes me wonder, was he being John Middleton, the guy to call the meeting? Maybe it wasn't Rob. Or Middleton got in the ear of Rob to take Trey Turner out of the lineup for a day when he wouldn't traditionally do it. It wasn't Rob who wanted to do it. Here's a reason why, though, I'm not necessarily sure if that's true. Now, this is me playing the other side to a degree. But there is a piece in here about John Middleton not being a part of meddling ownership. He doesn't like to meddle. He concedes that he gets overly emotional, so he resists meddling. So there's reasons why he hired Dave Dombrowski. There's reasons why he hired baseball people to make baseball decisions, because he's just like every single one of us, extremely passionate, and you have to be more measured. So I respect that, and he's open and honest about it, and goes, listen, this is why I try and stay away from the clubhouse. I try and stay away from the guys, because I get very involved. I get very up and down. I ride these waves with them. At the same time, reality is his voice has a significantly deeper impact than anything I say, anything you say, anyone from South Philly says. He's the damn owner. So you could try and stay away as much as humanly possible when you're going 8-18, when the team is too good to be performing that low. own the team, if I own the team and I see them playing that bad through 26, I'm talking to someone. Now, I'm not necessarily telling them exactly what to do, but I would need info. Why? Tell me the payoff. What's happening? I need to understand why you fail to care about Washington. And if so, fine. But when will it pay off? This road trip? Okay. Then I better see it. I just want some answers on the breakdown why. And here's another part that might be a shot at Dave Dombrowski. This is the final piece to the puzzle. You never know, John Middleton says. This is in regards to winning a World Series. So you have to strike while the iron is hot. And it's hot right now. The players and the coaching staff have to understand that. They have to go after it hard. That's why it's time to shake off the cobwebs and start playing like it's May or June. Now, he brought up players and coaching staff, so maybe that's not really focused on Dave. But the reason why I bring it up is the iron is hot. It's hot right now. You have to go after it. Could this potentially be about the deadline? Because nothing Dave Dombrowski did at the deadline screamed to me, the iron's hot, we are going after it. It said, okay, you got marginally better around the edges. Those are two totally different extremes, man. That is complete opposites from one another.